Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live.
Hey, we're
What is
late, but
up,
we're
bro?
here.
Yeah. We should be joined at some point later on by Sam. He says
Yeah, we're we're waiting to see our little hobbit's gonna make it. He's busy with things going on.
family
He's
obligations.
yeah, he's gonna try to get in here. He'll probably make it later.
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna make fun of me because of my crazy takes on Transformers, but it's fine.
No, Jesus Christ.
So what you been up to, bro?
Jack and Doo Doo.
Yeah, that's nice. Hey, Jack and Doo Doo. You got any good toys in lately?
Um,
I know you showed me your Silver Surfer and crack pipe fucking character with
yeah, like
some
the
cool.
yeah, I got the can of beams effects in, so I got like some more metal claws for my Wolverine too.
Oh, see, that's cool. I kind of would like to get that for I'd like to get some of those for one of
Yeah.
my Wolverines. Where do you get them from? Like somebody on eBay or something?
Canofbeams.com.
Really? I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna check that out because I don't need them for all my Wolverines, but I have one favorite Wolverine that I have. And I'd like to have the metal claws on him. That'd be kind of cool.
They got 3 different types.
Oh, it's awesome. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, because I mean, I like my favorite Wolverine is the one I have it with the motorcycle, and I kind of just I always have him kind of one of his arms hanging off with the claws, ready to like swiping someone as he's riding a motorcycle by him. But it'd be cool to have the real the metal claws on that. It'd be badass.
I was a big fan of a team in the 90s from Marvel called the New Warriors.
That sounds familiar, actually.
And they had Speedball.
Huh.
So
That does sound familiar.
Marvel Legends has slowly been releasing the entire team almost. And they
shit.
They did release a Speedball. And also Can of Beams has like a Speedball effect, and I bought that too.
Oh, that's kind of cool. All right.
And I can't wait to figure out how to put that on him so I can use that in a display. Because my displays are starting to come together, and like I figured out like how I can actually do a cool DC display.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. I know you just moved all your shit around recently.
Yeah.
I know you were like just reorganizing and getting shit set up right the way you wanted and something. And
yeah, because like it's been taking me forever to like just feel like home,
Yeah. So I know how it is. When you first move into some place for a while, shit's just set up just to be set up until you get to it.
Yeah, I've been here for over a year now.
God, has it been over a year now? God damn, I guess it has been. Shit. We're trying to move. I think we're trying to move next year.
Oh,
we're gonna try. We'll see what we can do. I don't know, but then I'll just keep all my shit packed up forever until I get to put away.
Goddamn.
Oh man, but no, I like the effects that were. I mean,
no.
keep in mind it's a stupid character, but the effects are awesome. I mean, what do you want? What can you do? You got to do something to improve him. He's a terrible character. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at a goofball. Oh.
He looks dope as hell.
Look at me. I'm riding on my surfboard.
I'm going to have a pretty cool Silver Surfer display.
He's like the water boy of the Marvel universe.
Oh, fuck you. God damn you.
Oh, man. Fucking Silver Surfer. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Oh, man. Me and my friend Mikey, when we were kids, would get into so many arguments. Because Silver Surfer was like his favorite character, man. And I'd badmouth him so bad. He'd be like, man, shut the fuck up. Oh man,
Oh
that's
my!
so much fun.
It's so like there's anything you can say back.
I know. I would even. I just like getting him fired up. It was just fun. Um, I mean, I mean, a lot of people like the Silver Surfer. I just think he's boring. That's my problem. I've always thought he was a boring character. I actually got to look. I looked at some of the newer comic books that they put out. I got to check out a few of the, a little bit of that. And he's got. They made him a little bit better now. I give him that. At least it's a readable comic. And you can handle. I mean, he's not as dull as he used to be. But I don't know.
I like the fact they're
Yeah.
doing some like throwback episode kind of things.
Uh huh.
Like they're doing one called Silver Surfer. They did one called Silver Surfer like Resurrection or something with
Right.
Ron Lim. And now they're doing an Adam Warlock one.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. And it's like the people that made World like fucking High Evolutionary made a new Warlock named Eve Warlock.
Eve Warlock.
And she comes to fuck Adam up and take his place.
Of course. We gotta empower the woman.
But it takes place like back during the Infinity Watch days.
Oh God.
So he's hanging out with like Gamora and Pip.
Fucking A, man. Oh, look at him. It's Eve. She's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
That dumb bitch. She's the one who ate the apple, not me. Oh my gosh, that's funny, dude. I just like that I like that they haven't been afraid lately to redo stories.
Yeah.
And do them differently. It's so refreshing to have a story that's been retold a couple times already, but it's been mostly the same, and then now they're attacking the stories and they're making them completely different in a lot of ways, and you're like, wow. And you're always gonna have those few dum dums out there that are gonna go, that's not my story, that's not what I remember. That's not the Dark Phoenix saga I remember. And you're like, so what, dude? They're making it. They're just doing something different. It's not that you reading the same thing over and over again. Come on, this is better. We don't know what's gonna happen. I used to crack on people with the Walking Dead show back in the day. People would shit on it because it didn't follow the comic a lot. And I said, dude, it's great that they're not following the comic. Because if you read the comic, you would know everything that's going to happen already. How could you be like a show that you know everything's going to happen? I'd be bored. Are you
talking like MCU kind of shit?
Well, yeah, a lot of MCU shit that I feel like they're kind of trying to take new approaches on stories, and I feel like which is good because I feel like for a long time, whenever they would try to they would redo a story, redo a saga or something big, I feel like they were afraid to go too far off of the original. And now I feel like they're taking a lot of. I mean, come on, look at that. There's some of the new Silver Surfer shit that's out. For instance,
Jackie,
Silver Surfer is cool. A little bit now. I mean, that's hard for me to say that because
Jackie, you're the only one here.
That's okay. Yeah, no one. We weren't on at 9, so everyone's like, "Fuck them, they're not doing the show tonight."
Yeah. But yeah, like there's a lot of different Silver Surfer stuff out there now,
which is kind of cool. I mean, it's pick what you want.
A lot of people, especially like people, really are big Peter Milligan fans. He does like the Madman art style.
Okay,
it's just crazy because he did the Surfer, and so it's like this psychedelic take on the Silver Surfer that's pretty out there, but a lot of people really dodge.
Like what? Okay, here. What if the Silver Surfer decided to just be a fucking surfer? Like just literally be just a surfer. So he's hanging out with the surfers. He's smoking weed. He's all chilling out. Only he's silver, and he goes out into the ocean, same as they do.
Okay, here you go, dude. Here's your ultimate casting, Russ. In the MCU,
Yeah,
Matthew McConaughey as the Silver Surfer.
perfection. I would take it in a
All
heartbeat.
right.
All right.
Fucking superheroes come to start fighting them. He goes, start going.
Pounding the chest.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, man. It would be. That would actually make me really. I would read if they had the Silver Surfer just become a surf bum. I'd read that comic, dude, and just all the become a surf bum, and the story is just all about the crazy shit he gets into,
like the old bum. Hulk TV series.
Yes,
it's the Silver Surfer.
Well, it's the Silver Surfer. He's surfing. He kind of travels around to different beaches up the West Coast. Then when he's done there, he goes out to Hawaii. There's the Hawaii scene, you know. That's Australia. Those the Australian surfing scene. I mean,
all the while solving mysteries at every stop.
Absolutely,
before he has to move on to the next town.
Absolutely, man.
Before anyone knows the story of Norrin Rad.
Damn right,
the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, the other surfers are like, and yeah, you gotta have somebody following and chasing after him too. Somebody's chasing after him. They come to the like the McGee, what was his name? The McGee guy. That was the reporter that was chasing the Hulk.
Yeah.
You gotta have like a McGee guy chasing the Silver Surfer. He comes and talks to the surfer, and the surfer's like, dude, I don't know, man. He just smoked my weed and left. It was cool. Oh my god. Totally fun, man.
He just did a rip and then like killed the kaiju, bro.
It was awesome, man. It was brilliant. It was just amazing, and
he turned that Godzilla into confetti, man.
Dude's like, man, we were hungry, and man, he went out and he caught a shark and he cut it up and fed it to us. It was really good. It's dumb shit.
That silver dude really can make sushi.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I love it.
Oh man.
I just
Are you a sashimi guy, Russ, or what for sushi?
I'm a little picky with it. I like a lot of the I like a lot of the tuna stuff. You know, your normal California roll. It's not bad. I don't know. I'm a little picky about it though. I'm weird about sushi, dude. It's got to be a place I really trust, man.
Yeah,
because I've heard about some places where people have had some fucking bad sushi and it like fucked them up really bad, so I get paranoid. But there's this restaurant we used to go to that was pretty good. It was like a hibachi grill, and they had like a seafood buffet, you know, and they had like a little sushi bar, and their stuff was pretty good. I like that. That wasn't bad. I tried a few things. They had some salmon stuff that I liked. That was nice.
Oh, okay. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I can't do freshwater fish shit.
You don't do freshwater fish, Susie?
No salmon, no trout.
No trout, yeah, man. They did this one really good roll he did was a smoked salmon, and with I think a smoked salmon with crab, and you know, and crab and tuna. It wasn't bad. I liked it. It was nice. Put a little mustard on it. It was good. There's a little sauce he had on it, and there was it looked like a mustard to me, but he called it some weird sauce. I don't know. I was good though. It tasted good. I liked it.
Man, they got stone crabs down here.
Stone crabs?
Yeah, they're pretty good, man.
All right.
they have like weird gnarled little claws, and they have like the black at the edges.
Okay, all right. Yeah, all we gotta do around here is blue crab. I feel like Jesus Christ, that's all we're getting, blue crab, and they're farming them now in certain places too because they've annihilated the crab population pretty much. So
yeah.
they're
When I
ridiculous.
went to stay with my buddy a few years ago. Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh, look at this! Look at this guy! What's up, man?
What's up? Sorry,
You made it,
late, man. We were hanging out and
you're good, dude.
Upstairs, man. I was. What's up, everybody?
Did you?
What is up?
Were you drinking some beer?
Come on, man.
He's like, come on, don't ask me that. Don't be stupid, Russ.
Come on.
You know I was. Come on.
That's why I asked you if I've been smoking.
Right. I know. Yeah.
Why you gotta ask stupid questions?
I kind of. You're kind of right. I apologize.
I had to get like my computer fixed at work.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I do this every year, so it's like that's why it took me so long to get on, because like I had to get like I mean, thank God for Google Chrome, because I don't know one of my passwords. I know my Google Chrome one, and because of that, I know my debit card number and like my Facebook login. I don't even know what email I use to log into Facebook. Like it's like only because I can get onto Google Chrome. I can get to Messenger and get here. What's up, guys?
That's how I am a lot too. Like there's only a couple of passwords I actually remember. The rest of them, if I didn't have them already programmed in, I would be set.
Yeah,
I would be fucked, man.
Chrome covers everything on my computer, and then like the Face ID, like on my iPhone, like that, like basically covers everything else.
Fingerprints.
It's like there's. I think like the one my student loan payment like website thing is the only thing that I actually like have to type in a password and actually know what it is. Like everything else, man.
Of course, it's that one. You're like, oh man,
exact same way. I think that's the one thing.
Yeah,
I think
fucking crazy, dude.
Do either of you ever watch the Mighty Boosh?
No.
They had a joke. It's an English show. It's funny as hell. They had a joke about student loans over there and like acting like it was a joke. And then like at the end, the student loan officers catch up with the guy. Like could not make that same joke over here because it is already serious with student loans.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a thing that people feel a way about, man. And it's tough because like everything that's gone on, like basically since COVID, you know, like Jackie and I both, she's got more because she went back, got her master's, but
right.
I mean, I've only had to pay like one of mine, and it's like kind of a fixed amount. And then like I have like my government one that's like they're like, hey, you can pay it if you can during like everything. And I was like, fuck no, I'm not gonna do that. Like in the meantime, like we bought a house. I think we got a new car since then, so I haven't paid like anything into it. And then like that stuff that came out where like they're supposed to forgive a certain amount. And it's a weird thing because it's like I would definitely benefit from that thing, but like I don't need it or like expect it, I guess is the way to I like view that shit, because like it'd be cool. It'd be really cool.
No doubt.
Ultimately that stuff gets like subsidized by like taxpayer money, so it's like I didn't go to school thinking that like you two would chip in to pay for my student loans, you know what I mean? Like it's like it is just like and like, you know, and this is kind of how I feel about it. Like that, just erasing it doesn't do anything for the motherfucker who's 17 right now and about to go in their senior year and enrolls in a school with a ridiculously high tuition and ends up in the exact same place that, you know, so it's a fix. Right. It's like fixing a leaky faucet by just like putting a bucket underneath of it.
It's a temporary thing. Like,
it doesn't.
They have to fucking regulate the cost.
Exactly. Yeah, and when the cost is kind of just, I mean, they only go up exponentially. Like they don't. It's not an incremental increase generally in like the cost of schools. I mean, if I could do it all over again,
it's some crazy shit. Like fucking one of the schools was like 426% increase in tuition since like 1976 or
That
something.
is
Yeah,
nuts,
and I
man.
mean
You think about
that's really
that.
far for the course. And I was my brother-in-law was just over here, and he's like a Michigan guy. He's from Michigan. It's like he like Michigan State. He's like he hates Michigan State, right? They built so many, or I think it was like $8 or $10 million of a football stadium, and like their football team is just always so bad and has never been any good. But like that's kind of what their priority has been.
Yeah.
It comes
Yeah.
at the cost of like a higher tuition. So it's just like like stuff like that, which is
There's some places that are like that. They put I mean, I know that I understand some programs putting money into it because they make money off of it a lot. So
definitely.
I get it.
I mean, like
but,
in Ohio State or Michigan,
yeah, like those big,
like Texas,
yeah,
Texas A&M. Like I mean, you can name the schools, but
Yeah.
sure. But even
not Michigan State.
yeah.
They're terrible.
I mean, West Virginia does that. They're they're really hard.
There was only one time, like Kate went to the vet school at Virginia Tech.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
There was only one time that the vet students really felt like fucking second class citizens, and that's when Virginia Tech played at home.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The traffic was horrendous. Like the parking and shit, like the vet students like that were on rotations and shit, their fucking parking's horrendously affected.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech, I'd like to talk to her about that one day because I know they got a decent little wrestling team now.
Yeah.
They wrestled Mizzou. We went and watched them at Mizzou, which is like 90 minutes for me, man. That's a fun place. In Blacksburg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blacksburg,
Yeah. That's a dude. When I was in high school, man. Oh my god. I got some good stories about parties we went to down there. Holy shit, dude. I lied about being a college student. It was great.
He still lies about being a college student, man.
Yeah.
Still doing it.
Fucking
I don't think I can get
babyface
away with it
Nelson
now.
there.
Yeah.
If I try to do it now, they'd be like, "You're just a fat old
Russ
guy.
went
Get out of
from
here."
being looking too young to be in college to looking too old to be in college.
Yeah,
Like,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Most of me was out in the playing basketball, man.
Fucking Russ is
So much
walking
fun.
into bars being like, yeah, I need a college discount. And they're just like, bless your heart.
Yeah, bless your heart, little boy. Yeah. His AARP card falls out of his wallet.
My friend Chris was always getting us into frat parties and shit. It was really cool. I loved it.
Generally, man.
Fun times, man.
Oh, wow.
You'll get
We've
roofied.
had two of the wives in here tonight.
It's pretty good.
I thought it was very cute.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought it was
she's
very
there
cute
up
of
there,
Jackie
like,
to do
How
that.
do you find it?
And then my wife was having a
Yeah,
question.
boy, read that, Russ. Read
I
it out
can't
loud.
see it. I'm blind as
Russ,
shit.
read it out loud.
I can't see it. What's that say?
Kate B said, having a moist night, guys.
Ah, Jesus. Really? I mean, come on, Kate. I don't need to hear about your sexual orientation. Oh, your little sexual orientation.
Sexual orientation? What the fuck?
That's why I said orientation. I meant to say orientation.
She's Nick phobic. That's what
She's
is.
Nick phobic.
Man, you guys see that all that hubbub about that Jason Aldean music video?
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
something
God.
about it. I haven't like
Sam,
I watched it though.
Hold on one second, Sam. Is your phone like near your?
Yeah, it's
shit?
right next to my microphone here. Oh, is that better?
Fuck
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
It was like resting on my microphone. Basically.
I heard the song, and I don't know what people are talking about. I'm trying to figure out what people
I
mean.
couldn't get through like the beginning chord.
Well, I know it's because
I
it's
would-
country. It's country bunking as shit,
country.
dude. That's why.
Pop country.
Yeah, but I like good country music. But this shit was like.
Well, it definitely isn't the greatest song in the world, but I mean, I just don't understand what people. I
Hey, Russ,
don't get the gripe.
No, so like for what I think this is, man, and it's like so many stupid things, and I'll bring up another example here in a moment, but like this was an opportunity for people to show where they are, like politically, right? If
Okay.
if you didn't like the song, then you were probably typically like a left-leaning person. You thought it
Okay.
was this and that, and then the extremes are like, well, this dude's a racist or whatever. And if you did like the song, you were crazy right-wing conservative person, and like you liked it because he's talking a certain way about all these things, and it's just one of those culture war things where everyone goes into their corners and makes their decisions not based on the merits of the topic at hand, but based on like what other people who they agree with think about it. And it's just so silly, and it's I think the wrong thing people are doing is like blaming Jason Aldean, because I would bet my paycheck this dude has never written a song lyric in his life. I think that, and I'm not trying to be like it's specifically him this bad, but like he's a pop star.
Right.
Like, these songs are being written by people in boardrooms. They have a whiteboard with topics that they want to cover, and then they assign them to certain people. I would guess, right? Like I don't think.
Yeah.
And I think they are definitely pandering to an audience that wants to hear that message. And the fact that people are against that message, are talking about it so much, only helps them more, because a song did like stupid, streaming numbers because of like the quote controversy.
Right, because of all the attention on it. Okay, yeah.
And like
probably much bigger than it would have done, Like,
yeah, exactly. It would have been under the radar, and maybe would have been a little middling hit or whatever. But it
wasn't a it's not. I mean, to me, it's not a great song or nothing like that. I just was like, but I was trying to listen for all I kept hearing was how racist the song is, and I kept desperately trying to listen to what's racist in the song, and when I'm waiting for him to say something about something that I'm waiting for him to say something racist in the song. I'm waiting for it, right?
Yeah.
And I listened to it 3 times, and I was like, I can't listen to this song anymore. It's just trash. But
yeah, like
and
that was
like
I'm sure the song is bad. I'm sure it's verse, chorus, interlude, chorus, done 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. And it just doesn't seem like it's. I don't know. But I didn't hear a problem with it. I was like, maybe I'm just missing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I don't know.
And I'll still say I haven't listened to it, and I never will, because I just couldn't be bothered. I don't want to waste that time in my life. But, nothing that Jason Aldean ever does or will do will ever have a material effect on my life. Right? It's like I'll never go to bed mad about anything that he did or didn't do. And
right. That's another thing. It's almost like you're giving this dude a lot of power over. I'm like, dude, he's a singer, dude. You're probably right. He didn't write that song. No chance.
Yeah.
Even
like the people that are clowning him, it's like you've made in the past 4 days 6 posts about him. To the extent where it's like he's living in her head rent free, as they say.
Yeah.
So
you made him. Yeah, you made him. Yeah, true. You've literally made him bigger than he should be. Probably. Yeah. It's like, good God. But I don't know. I agree with you. I just think people are trying their best to find something wrong with anything they can now, man. I don't know. I feel like they're trying, and I'm like, come on, dude. You're trying to stir the pot way too much. Give me a break. I saw this YouTube video where this guy apparently put on the video where he says, if you don't know why that song's racist, then you just don't get it.
Yeah, and then he says that because he can't explain it.
And dude, I swear to God, Sam,
that's like the deflection.
Yeah, but I got so mad because I'm screaming, "You're right! I don't fucking get it! Tell me, please! I'm losing my shit."
It's like nuts. Like that deflection. There's like that inability.
Oh shit! Hey, what's up, Lowry?
Hey, Jason, what's up, brother?
What up, bro?
I mean, I'm completely losing my shit because and wait, I hate when people say shit like that. How ambiguous they are, Well, if you don't get it, then you just don't get it. And I'm like, Exactly, dumbass.
Yeah.
Tell me then. Tell me.
Like
Yeah.
you're on the platform. You are,
Oh
like
man.
kind of hosting an audience at this point. So explain it.
Yeah,
Right.
you're the one. You're the one with the offense. If
Yeah,
I don't
do it-
understand,
do it in a way
if
that
I don't understand what your offense is, it's your obligation
Yep.
to
Yeah, and
explain.
It's
it
your.
to me
It's
so
yeah.
that
It's
I can
problem
help
is with the
you.
discourse, like do it in a way that doesn't just pander to people who already agree with you. Do it in a way that's convincing to people who disagree with you. Like, which is
Yeah.
so much of my like frustration with, I guess, it's like discourse about, and it's like this is a political thing. It became a political thing, unfortunately, even though it never should have been. But because I see people, I'm like, okay, I know who this person voted for. Here's how they feel about this Jason Aldean fucking song.
Right.
And you go to their Facebook page, and sure enough, they have 7 memes and like 3 TikTok videos,
Yeah.
bashing him or whatever. And it's just so goofy. It's like there's no effort to like convince anybody.
Right. Yeah. All I can get is the ambiguous. If you don't understand it, you don't get it. You don't like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. A lot of us don't.
It's not my job to educate you.
Yeah.
Then you don't get to feel a way about it.
Yeah.
If you kind of, that's where you're drawing the line in the sand, as it were.
That's the only thing is annoying. It's annoying to Shiny too. I'm so, because it's not just with this. This kind of shit has been happening for a long time, and it's getting worse now. Like, if you really are offended by something, then you should be able to explain your offense to me. And if you can't explain your offense and you hide behind the old, if you don't get it, you don't get it kind of thing,
have to explain it.
Then I'm not gonna take your offense serious. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna go, you're a fucking joke. Get out of my face.
Yeah, it's strange too, because like there could be a situation where someone like explains it, and I'm still like, I could still say like, well,
yeah, that's true too.
I kind of disagree. Like, if it makes you feel better, I won't say or do this thing around you.
Yeah, but your offense is dumb. Yeah, why you're offended is idiotic.
I mean, and there's definitely that like social capital of victimhood, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunate, and I don't know. I hope that'd be like one of those pendulum issues where like it comes, it kind of goes away, where it's like people are like, well, people all have, similar opportunities, and it's kind of like up to you to take advantage of those things or not.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, it's ultimately, your life is like the, for the most part, and there's obviously, exceptions to this. I don't want to presume things about people's experiences, but like your life is ultimately like the sum of every decision that you've ever made.
Sure. Well, yeah, and which leads to your experiences.
Yeah, it's like an innumerable, uncountable amount of just things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Absolutely.
Where you are.
What forms you, but but it's so funny because like I'm thinking about these guys. There is this dude put out a YouTube. Y'all probably heard of him. He's a G.I. Joe YouTube guy. What's it, Viper Island, I guess is what it's called. He's some Canadian dude, I guess. And he
can't be Canadian and be a G.I. Joe fan. Come on.
Yeah, I know, right? It's weird, isn't it? I mean, but he's, I guess he's grown the channel pretty good. I mean, it's done well for him.
I know the channel. I'm just.
You do know it? Okay, yeah. I didn't. I'm like, listen. Sometimes I listen to the guy talking. I'm like, and he loves to bash Hasbro to death, and I'm like, oh, hey, I like to bash Hasbro too. I know the feeling, right? But then he'll bash Hasbro, and at the same time, though, he'll start stroking them. Like, whoa, wait a minute.
I mean,
you changed up on me. Stop.
Like, does he buy all their stuff?
I think, G.I. Joe wise, he does. I mean, he'll bitch about it. He'll bitch about the stuff, like, certain things.
Of dollars to a month,
Oh, I bet up there he's spending a lot of money too, man.
And I say that, and that makes sense. But also, like, I think if you're a paying customer, you maybe are a little bit entitled to be like, hey, they could do this better.
True.
Yeah. But you gotta make sure that your fucking criticisms are legit.
That's true too, because I remember a couple of times when and this is where people bashing some third party companies, and it's like, okay, like, are you bashing the company just because you just got an axe to grind or something? Or are you
Oh, yeah,
bashing because you really
I've definitely
didn't
seen
like that figure?
Um,
You know?
I've seen that with people who are like, would otherwise have held in very high regard, just because they didn't want to buy a certain thing. They said it was bad, even though they didn't actually think it was bad. And it's like, this is weird to me. But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
but it's
but
like, why even
I think
bother?
I think a lot like what Nick, what you said about like complaints being legit. I think a lot of uninformed, like when people have no idea, or maybe like very shallow idea of like how toy production happens.
Oh yeah,
You
true,
sculpt
true.
things digitally, and then you have to get tooling done, which is usually the biggest hurdle. Steel prices have a really huge effect on that. So like during COVID, and I'm sure it's still happening now, steel prices went up in China. So tooling prices go up.
Right.
And I think it's like, I don't buy anything from Super 7, but the Foolish on their YouTube channel, they interview Brian Flynn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you don't buy any Super 7 shit, even if you hate him, watch one of those interviews, because he gets in the weeds about like, this is why this certain price went up. It's because this month steel prices in China went up. And this is why this certain thing's up, because shipping costs went up because there's a shortage of shipping containers. It's like all this, like kind of like the minutia of it really helps you be like, okay, well, I get it. Like producing a toy from what happens in your mind to seeing on a store shelf or on BBTS, it's like a massive undertaking, which involves so many different people. And because it involves so many different people, involves so many different variables. And it's just tough.
I think it's why Hasbro has always been, we like to bitch about repaints of stuff and everything like that, but they've all, it's been that way forever. And all toy companies do it, but and it's why they have to do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't make any money on anything. They have to do it.
Yeah, like
but going back, hold on, going back to what you were talking about before, Sam. That also goes into Bobby interviewed the ramen toys dude.
Yeah, I got that in my queue. I want to listen to that.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. I'm not a member of his Patreon, but I heard like that there's an extended version there.
Did you watch the YouTube one?
Not yet, but I'm kind of interested, and I'm gonna kind of want to check.
I want to do that. Yeah, I was like, I like follow, or I guess I'm a subscriber on Patreon, but I had to get a new debit card, so it like cancel. I had to like re up my membership or whatever. But yeah, I want to watch it. I think that'll be good, because like I do like that small scale stuff, because it's the same. Whatever they're going through, Hasbro is dealing with the same thing too.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And it's like they have more of the capital to weather that stuff, to where you don't see as much of maybe a price increase in certain things, but like it happens more slowly, because I mean
Hasbro makes $6 billion a year.
Yeah, and when I was at Target today, they had that Marvel Legends Black Widow, $27.99, man.
Yeah, I saw that at Target too.
I don't live in California.
Right. Yeah, actually, I think that's what it was in Target. I saw that too.
Damn, dude, like I'm
$27.99. Yeah, it's it's. I do think that I felt like they raised their prices really quick. But I will say this about Hasbro: they're the biggest toy company in the world now. All right, they are. So, like, they're the company that's going to be ahead of the curve when it comes to a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to that kind of shit.
It should be.
Well, they're 1 and 2 with Mattel. Where are they number 1?
Well, I think they are number 1. I think they're over Mattel now. I know Mattel still is a big company, but I don't think they're as big as Hasbro is now. I mean, we can check it out, but I'm pretty sure Hasbro is bigger than they are now.
It's like, obviously we would pay more attention to Hasbro, but like
Mattel's
Barbie.
Mattel's Barbie and Hot Wheels. That's their two big dogs. Yeah.
Like that's
I mean,
man.
And then Monster High and all that shit.
Right. And remember, Monster High was funny because and the Bratz dolls and all that stuff, because the guy that created Bratz, he originally worked for Mattel. And he like left Mattel and then started doing his own line of dolls, and then Mattel sued his ass and said that he stole the ideas from Barbie, and they were too much like Barbie, I guess.
And fucking,
So-
hey, they own brats.
Yep,
Right,
bingo.
yeah.
He sells.
Hey,
he
it's a
sells.
dog eat dog world.
Yeah.
Man.
He ends up selling it to him though, and he made a pretty penny out of it, But and now they take the Bratz model and they've started just making all these other lines now, of these dolls. So I mean, hey, there's like these rainbow dolls and shit that I know my niece was telling me about. She liked.
It's gonna be crazy, man. You've got a little girl coming up, so like you're gonna have to figure out like what these toys are that she's gonna want, if any.
Either that or her pray she's a tomboy. You're okay.
Yeah. Or she's gonna be more into like role play stuff, or she's gonna be more into just like little girl things. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, having a little girl is definitely different. I mean, my daughter was into Polly Pocket a lot. That was her big deal.
Yeah.
And I mean, so we had these little things all over the place, and that was something she was big into. My daughter still is into Pokemon. She's an adult now, and she's still into Pokemon.
Well, I mean,
That'll never go away.
It's like kudos to Pokemon for being able to catch a kid at 8 years old and keep them into adulthood. Because like that's what happened for me, man. Like I got into like the shit as a kid, and I'll still play the games today. Like I haven't played the newest one, but like I will eventually. It's in my house. Like I bought it, It's like they got my money.
She's got like a huge collection of these Pokemon plushies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how many she's got, dude. I'm like, God damn.
That's so funny you say that, like the age of 8, because like that's when I got into comics.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me because I was it's like comics were always around me and they were like at my feet, right?
Right.
I wasn't like, okay, I want to go buy this comic. It was probably like I was in middle school almost.
Yeah.
And I still have the trade paperback of the Dark Knight Returns. Like that was like the first one I went and bought on my own, man. It's like,
oh man.
And then that was like the open the floodgates, right? After that, it was everything, man. It was that and Watchmen, and I was getting into manga at the time, so I was like reading Dragon Ball Z, like kind of as it was coming out in America at least, and that was fun.
Yeah, see,
I got gifted almost the entire. I had to go back and fill in issues later when I found out what a comic book shop was.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the 80s, but I got gifted an almost full run of Walt Simonson's Thor.
Oh, that's like kind of like the Thor run, right?
Yeah,
like of all of them.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
And Nick, you were into comics earlier than I was. I didn't get into them until I was about like maybe 12, 13.
Yeah,
that's when I started really getting to read them.
Insane. It's like, not that I didn't like them. Like I was looking at, but I didn't like. That was when I pursued them on my own.
Right.
I want to read this book. I'm gonna save up. And go buy this book.
Like, my mom would buy me Hulk comics when I was younger, and I would read some of the Hulk comics. But it wasn't like I like you. I didn't actually go out and get them. Go after them myself till I was a bit older. But I was because I really like the Incredible Hulk. That was kind of my favorite before I discovered X-Men and all these other things. The Incredible Hulk was the big thing for me. That was my guy.
Just as an aside, like the Hulk's been very interesting for the last few years. You had
there was who did the Invincible Hulk?
The Immortal Hulk.
Immortal Hulk, yeah.
That was Donny Cates.
Donny Cates, okay.
That's
your boy, right?
Wait, no. That was Al Ewing. Donny Cates did afterwards, where it was Starship Hulk. Where fucking Bruce Banner basically strapped himself inside the Hulk and made the Hulk into a starship. Powered by his own rage. So like he would push the fucking like accelerator and it would show the Hulk like the Thing. And it would make him fight the thing in his mind. Then like
Wendigo.
yeah.
Right.
Then like level 2 is Wolverine and the Wendigo. You know,
Man.
level 4 is Galactus. Level 5 is like 2 or 3 Celestials and all this shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, my
He wants to know, what does a king call a vasectomy? An haircut.
Oh, dude, I'll say, I
God,
mean, he brought it up, dude. I'm finally like these last couple of days feeling back to normal, man. That shit was rough, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I can only imagine.
Oh.
Jesus
It
Christ.
I'm like I get up in the morning, 5:45, and I'm like, let me shower before the kids get up, and then
Yeah.
I'm on my feet until I go to bed, basically. I'm just a fucking
It's
mood
go, go,
ring.
go, go.
But,
Yeah.
like with that shit, dude, I had to be like, I gotta go lay down for an hour.
Oh, dude.
I my shit, dude. And like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how sore were you? Or I'm like you must
oh,
be
it was
killing me,
rough,
dude.
man. It was rough, dude. I mean, I feel like I got shot with a cannonball, like in my
Oh
belly.
my God.
You know what I mean? Like even like the kids be like, pick me up back, dude. If I pick you up, my balls will explode. Like, that's like how I felt, man. It was terrible, dude. Terrible. And then
So
my doctor was like, I do a lot of these. I do a lot of reversals. Like you can reverse them. Never in my life, dude.
No.
Would I ever go through this shit again? Even if I'm 50 and Jackie divorces me and I get married to some 21-year-old who's still in college who wants to have kids, never again, dude.
You'd be like, sorry, Chica,
We'll
you're
get a
out of fucking
dog.
luck.
We'll get
Yeah.
a dog.
So E says, here's the last one.
Oh God.
What do vasectomies and breathalyzers have in common?
Oh dear God.
The goal is to blow a zero.
Yeah, hey, that's it, right? I don't know if you guys haven't had one, right?
Hell no, thank God.
No, I was
No,
going. No,
I've
I
told
was
the
going
story
to.
a few times. I've had surgery down there, though.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I was going to,
Well, Nick,
but
you got yours
Anna.
done at a veterinarian shop, right? Where they
Yeah,
just,
man.
they just put your shit on the table and
Yeah, it was.
so
Oof.
it's shut. Yeah.
Anna ended up getting a procedure done, so I just said,
These-
"All right, I'm not doing it." Then
These real catgut and shit. It was weird.
Ew. Horrible. This is man. It sounds so bad. Damn.
Sarah, I couldn't imagine getting a reversal. Just basically, this is a once in a lifetime thing, man. I was laid up for a week. Couldn't pick up my kids. Terrible.
Yeah, I can imagine it's trash. And it's like you're like, this is
and then
terrible.
It's like, even then, like it's not even done, dude. I gotta wait 90 days, and then like I have to mail in a sample. Dude.
Oh yeah, that's because they want to make sure it took right. Make sure it didn't
He's like, someone don't work. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and get it.
Yeah, basically.
Don't they laser cauterize it next or some shit?
No, that's what they did, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They snip the thing and they cauterize each end of it, and like you can feel it.
Yeah,
So basically, so if they don't, if they for some reason didn't take
Whew.
or whatever, this room that I'm in right now, this would just have to become my bedroom, and me and Jackie would just have to sleep in separate rooms.
Yeah, they cut the vas deferens. That's like the little tube that leads right from your sac to your urethra.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
so they cut that up. They cut that, and then they cut. The idea is to cauterize each end so that it'll burn up.
Because if they just snipped them,
Right.
they'd probably find their way back
Yeah,
home. As it were,
exactly.
you
So
know?
to keep it
they cauterize. Oh, God.
right where it's supposed to. But unfortunately, it does repair itself sometimes. So still, even after that, which is crazy as shit.
I'd be so fucking mad, dude.
I don't blame you. I'd be pissed off too.
And it's just because they were like, this could, there's a small chance, less than 1%, it could go wrong. And I still sign the paperwork, and I just want to be like, can you just not say anything? And I sign the paperwork, and I can just like.
That's so horrible, man. Oh
take
God.
your ass to court.
Hey, look, 1%. Okay, I don't need to hear about it.
Yeah, really. We can fucking know shit.
You watch me be the dude, man.
It's like 1% of people can stay awake for Transformers and like the rise of the beast.
Oh God damn you!
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it, man.
Oh So I,
Nick, you sat and watched it today, right?
yeah, I did too. I watched it earlier today too for the
Okay.
first time, and yeah, I think I think it's one of the trashiest movies I've ever seen. I hated it. I didn't like it at all. And I had some people were trying to, and some people already, and I was ready and I ready for some things in it because people had already spoiled, if you want to call it spoiling, whatever, some things for me. But when you see the shit happen and you go, that's just ridiculous. You know, it's terrible. Why did they think this was a good idea?
That movie makes me scared for Peter Cullen's health.
Oh my God. Why? How does he sound like Optimus Prime 1 minute and the next minute he sounds like his voice is just like cracked or something? It just sounds weird. It's bizarre. He don't even sound like him at other times. It's just so strange, man.
I don't know if it's him or if it's the sound editing.
But no,
that shit was disturbing. How like his voice would be full Optimus and then
yes,
drop,
just go away, and you're like, damn,
like,
dude,
what
he sounds
the fuck.
Yeah, he sounds like regular Peter Cullen.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it, and I don't know if I ever will. Even if it's free, it's like, fuck, do I want to devote 2 hours to this shit?
That's how I felt, but I said I better watch this just to say I watched it.
You know, for anyone, maybe someone didn't see it like me, right? I enjoyed the shit. I really enjoyed that Bumblebee movie.
I did too.
I thought it was like a good small little story.
Yeah.
Continue with any of that, or
I don't know. I've only watched the first 12 minutes of Bumblebee.
I kind of think it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be that way. Yeah, that's the best part of Bumblebee, by the way. But I think it is supposed to be a sequel to that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is supposed to be after that movie because it takes place in the 90s. I guess is when.
Yeah.
And the Bumblebee movie took place in the 80s. So they go in the 90s, and it's and Bumblebee is in remember at the end of the Bumblebee movie where he takes on the Camaro.
They're riding together, right?
Right, and he takes on the 80s Camaro.
Like, that's such a strange thing. It's like that made it to where like that movie was definitely tied to the Bayverse. Like,
yeah. So it was.
It's just confusing, and it's like
it really was.
I asked in the group chat one day. I was like, because I watched the 86 movie. That's the only Transformers I've ever seen, like to this day. I don't think I've watched an episode of G1 of like seasons 1 through 3. So I was like, did Bumblebee not talk in the cartoon?
Nah,
but it's just such a strange thing that like they did that in 2007.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was a junior in high school, and they just stuck with it.
Yeah,
in the movies till this point. In Transformers Prime, they did.
Yeah,
it's just so strange, man. Like,
yeah,
and that fucking corny ass line between Prime and Bumblebee.
Yeah,
I don't want you going to that drive-in.
Yeah, because Bumblebee's like spouting out shit he heard from the movies at the drive-in. Yeah. God, I couldn't stand the character Mirage. He drove me crazy because I felt like they were just trying to find a character to be like the crazy out of control kid. They're trying to find a Transformer to be like an out of control kid, and that's kind of what he was,
Where they already had Bumblebee,
right? Where they already had Bumblebee, right? Bumblebee was,
and I love me some Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Funny,
I love Pete Davidson, but
but it's just. I mean, I just.
What I will say,
it
was very strong in this movie.
Was
I thought that the human characters in this movie were the most sympathetic out of any of the Transformers movies I've seen.
I give you that because he you can tell he's a guy. He was former military.
Yeah,
he's trying to get along in life outside of the military. And he's got a little brother, I mean,
with sickle cell.
Now
I'm not gonna say that didn't get heavy-handed.
Yeah,
because it did.
It did. No, it did.
But like these characters, like you felt way more for than Marky Mark.
Or Wiki or whatever. Yeah.
It's like a really low bar. But
that's kind of
I thought like the girl in Bumblebee. I thought she was cool.
Yeah, she was alright. They did. I mean, she was okay for being like a young.
Haley
Yeah.
Steinfeld, she's a good actor. So
Well, and
But yeah,
she was a kid, so you're always a little sympathetic to younger people, and
what was
their
up with
strife,
Prime's design in this movie?
I thought it was terrible, dude.
Well,
Like fucking overalls, Prime.
Yeah, like
I know what they were. I know what they were trying to do, but it didn't. It just didn't. It didn't work.
What were they trying to do?
I think they're definitely trying to get the G1 feels in it, and I get
they
that.
had it. They had it.
But they had it. Yeah, but then they're trying to make it look more. For some reason, they think they have to make, and I think this is the problem with the Bayverse Transformers too.
I did like Megan Fox.
It has to look more. They wanted them to look more real world, like how it would look, how he would look in real life. That's how they're thinking, And I'm like, but you can make him. Prime looks in the animated version of Prime to me. He looks like a robot that transforms into a truck.
Yeah, like
he does. His chest is the front end of the fucking front of the truck. I don't. Yeah, I just feel like the way they did it was weird.
This was like Baghead Jason Prime. Like he was threatening Scourge throughout the whole.
That's still a thing too.
Yeah, wasn't
did he?
I'm gonna take your head.
Wasn't me or did
the whole thing? I thought they would have moved away from that.
I did too, and I felt like he was like angry at human beings. He was mad at humans, dude, for some reason. And I'm like, what, dude?
He was low key way human racist.
He was. He did not like.
He was
like.
Oh
man!
Fucking Primal gave that piece of the key to that girl, and he was like, "Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
trust that human."
Yeah. And the guy, I can't remember his name now already. I forgot his name. The guy who ends up wearing Mirage as a Noah. There you go. Important. Yeah, like Mirage is like right. It says let's use the human. Let's use Noah to help us get into this museum or whatever, right? And Prime's like, no, it's a bad idea. We're not going to put our faith in a human. No. He just completely like F that bag of bones. That's with that. It was crazy, dude. Like that's the first time I've ever seen Prime like that. Prime normally is all about people, man.
Like we've had Murder Prime.
Oh, look at them! Let's see them boys. Look at them boys. Hi, boys. I was like, okay, but when we had Murder Prime, we gotta understand. Murder Prime was under control.
Prime.
Yeah,
like,
this
is like creepy Uncle Prime.
Yeah. Yeah. What's it?
Like this Prime's seen something.
Which one? Which one is it? Is it Age of Extinction?
Deer Hunter Prime.
Is it Age of
Deer Hunter?
Yeah. Remember? I think.
Yeah, Robert De Niro
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
Those dudes seen some shit. This Prime has seen some shit, and he don't like humans because
he don't like people apparently. Yeah. People and it's like humans look out for themselves. Well, no shit, dude. That's what you do too, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
You guys look out for yourselves.
Yeah, right. I mean, what he. I mean, man, and then they have this moment where him and Noah, I guess, he talks to Noah and says, maybe we should both been looking out for each other together or whatever. And I'm like, man, don't get all sympathetic now, you racist prick. Go away.
Yeah.
Oh man. Just because what and don't Noah's wearing your boy as a
yeah,
as a
what
suit.
Was that all about? I mean,
that made me so. And E told me about that, right? And I got so mad when it happened because I saw him. Basically Mirage dies. I mean, spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen the movie yet. If you haven't, Whatever. Yeah. Right. So Mirage basically dies protecting Noah as Scourge is just blowing him away. Right.
Yeah.
And he basically dies and his dead body lands on top of Noah. Right. So the human being is stuck under the Autobot. Right? Oh God. And I guess, but then you find out he's really his little brother. By the way, what's the range of those walkie-talkies? You got to tell me. That looked like some store-bought walkie-talkie, and that kid was talking to him from fucking America, and he's down in South America. Get the fuck out of here! No.
Those shits was satellite phones. You didn't see
Yeah,
that
right.
With the red and the blue light.
It must have had to been because them jokers had a long range, brother. That's some long range shit.
But yeah, it's like, I didn't want to see. So they cannibalized Jazz into a pretender, and then at the end of the movie, motherfucking Jazz is back.
Well, it's supposed to be Mirage, not Jazz.
Mirage, whatever.
But he's a Porsche like Jazz, so he's. It's just more confusing. I don't know. I got really aggravated by that. And I'm like, he's wearing him like he's as a suit. Well, I just started imagining like it's not gross, okay? I started imagining like a human being wearing another human being.
Yeah.
Human centipede.
Yeah.
It's weird, bro.
So fucking stupid. I'm like, how filthy would that be? That's gross, man.
South Park is undefeated, man. Mess. Just like the internet.
Mess of a movie.
I just, it was such a trash movie. I tried my best to like it. I really did.
I've never actually watched it.
I really tried my best to like it. I did. I wanted to like it, and I just was like, wow.
I mean, like I like I said, I like that. I like the Bumblebee movie a lot, and I was hoping that this would be a continuation of that, like just kind of move in that same direction. But the second I saw the title that it was Rise of the Beast, I just like gave up all hope that this was looking good, and because they're trying to shoehorn that in.
I did not like that at all.
You're never gonna. You can't please Beast Wars fans and then like maybe kind of old school Transformers fans at the same time. It's just like it's a make a separate Beast Wars movie.
Agreed.
Russ, I don't know how you felt about it watching the movie, but fucking, did you feel like Ron Perlman's voice was all over the fucking place too?
It seemed like it. It seemed like
Primal.
Was he supposed? Yeah. Was he doing Primal's voice?
Yeah.
But he sounded okay. Primal was the one character for sure that I got so annoyed with because I hated the way he looked. I didn't like the way he looked at all.
Dude, same.
Either mode, I was
like, the only thing, or like my big thing, is just like the choice of color. Like he turned a black and silver ape, which is what Optimus Primal was, into a black and silver robot. So it's like, like they didn't add the reds and blues and whites, which I think would have been so easy. Yeah. It's like, well, it's like why wouldn't you just do like this?
It was so weird, man. And
like he looks the exact same in both modes.
Yeah, and then Rhinox and Cheetor, they don't really go and you don't really see them in their bot modes until like toward the end, dude.
Yeah. You get like no development for Rhinox and Cheetor,
not at all. And then what was the other one? Air Razor, I guess.
Yeah, like Air Razor was my favorite character out of the whole movie, and like
I guess what's
the biggest arc.
Scourge had a way of he could tap into your brain. He could tap into control.
It was like Cosmic Rust.
Yeah,
but
something like that.
Turned you evil.
Right, and he gets
Cosmic Rust.
Yeah. Cosmic Rust.
That's Russ when he does mushrooms.
It's like Silver Surfer getting high, dude. All right.
Yeah, I'm Cosmic Rust, boy.
Cosmic Rust, man.
He looks dope, man. He looks dope. Look at that, Sam.
You see him?
Hard, bro.
He's You gotta do something to make that fucker look better. He's a boring piece of shit.
Fuck you, Russ. Fucking awesome.
I think
hater.
I think if Silver Surfer was in that Transformers movie, it would have been better though. So there you go. That's how bad it was.
Could have been worse.
Oh, but
Worse.
I don't know, man. I'm trying not to bash it too bad, but every time I think of it, I think of something new that I didn't like.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, man? They made a bad movie.
I don't even know if it's a valid complaint, but like when you think about it, all right, obviously everybody knows at this point Unicron's in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Unicron was in the 86 movie, that motherfucker was voiced by Orson Welles.
Yeah.
They couldn't find another obese.
Well,
like they couldn't find like somebody like. Could you at least give me like a Lawrence Fishburne?
But remember, they had to fix Orson Welles' voice to make him sound a lot more menacing.
Still, yeah.
To do Orson Welles was
but like it was the last thing he ever did.
Yeah,
he was dying.
He was in bad health when he did those recordings. So they had to kind of work on his voice to make him sound,
Well, they didn't work on this dude's voice, and as far as I know, he wasn't fucking dying.
No, this guy that voiced Unicron,
he was just fine.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Every incarnation of Unicron has had a voice that makes you go, wow. And that matches a giant menacing
this dude eats whole
planet. Right. This guy's a world eater, right? This guy's a nasty fucker who's gonna just eradicate a planet, right?
Fucker.
So this dude, though, and the voice they got for this guy in this movie, he just sounded like he was just a normal dude to me. Like, no.
Hey guys, if you could just let me eat Earth, that'd be great.
Scourge, I'm kind of disappointed in your TPS reports right now.
Toward the very end, when Prime is like, he pulls the stupid, what's the dumbass the key or whatever, the key away to blow up. The MacGuffin, the thing that's making the portal for him to come through, right?
Transwarp key.
Yeah, transwarp key. And he says to Prime before Prime grabs it, Prime, I can give you anything you want. And I'm like, that's not something Unicron would say. Stop.
Why are you placating to these goons?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm
so mad, man.
If fucking Optimus is grabbing that key and you need it and you're Unicron, that's when you fucking transform and you shove your fist through there and break the goddamn planet.
Reach through that motherfucker.
He's like, this movie doesn't have the budget to show a transformation sequence for
That's
me.
Exactly. Yup. That goddamn the computer animation for that would be a fortune. Yeah, it's I thoroughly can say that I will never watch that movie again. I can say I won't watch it again. I just can't bring myself to do it.
This belongs to my friend.
Now, what's crazy is the very end of it, I guess, and I knew this was coming too.
Fucking G.I. Joe tease.
They're going to apparently attach G.I. Joe to this, and I'm like, great. They've already ruined G.I. Joe and the live action G.I. Joe movies in a lot of ways. Now they're gonna go on and fuck it up some more. Here we go. Let's just go ahead and tear it up. Let's keep it up. Our own properties. We're gonna fuck up our own properties. Let's keep going.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, I love it.
They own Power Rangers now.
I know, and they're about this is the last season of old school Power Rangers style is about to happen, and they're gonna reboot Power Rangers. And they're gonna do whole new, and they're actually gonna be doing new shots of Zords and everything like that. And I can't wait to see how that's gonna fucking look. I can't wait.
No, man, that sounds expensive, but like they found a way to do it so cheaply up until now, man.
That's what it is, and it's been a really cheap show to make.
Basically, because it's been just 2 shows for one.
Yeah, because you're basically just taking cuts from the Japanese or what you need, and then you're just filming what you need for the American side of it. It was perfect.
Yeah, the
Now,
toys are already developed and everything.
yep.
Oh.
And how here we go. They're gonna it's because Hasbro wants to create their own Power Ranger toys. Like they want to make Zords how they want to sculpt the whole new Zords and make new toys, man. Gotta sell them motherfuckers. Gotta make the money. Oh my god.
Is Super
That
Sentai like done or
huh?
Is Super Sentai done then, or is
I don't know.
just like
I don't know. No, I think Hasbro is just not using the stock footage anymore from the Zord and monster fights. They're gonna they're basically gonna make their own now.
I got a question.
Yeah.
One of the most popular things that happened in Power Rangers in the past few years was the Lord Draken shit. Amazingly well done.
The comics have been insane.
Jason David Frank, unfortunately,
is done. Yeah,
is passed away.
Yep.
Like, there's so much. There's Tommy Oliver is my favorite Power Rangers character. You recast Tommy?
He's mine too, with good reason. He's been in every.
Man, so
well, not everyone.
You mean if they reboot it or
like because I think like that had like the fucking Lord Draken line and like the Psycho Rangers and
it's good stuff. Like here's the thing, like Power Rangers. I've never watched anything like original Super Sentai, but I've watched a lot of Power Rangers and like I watched like stuff like Time Force and Wild Force. Like those are like good shows. Like even like I think fondly of now. Like I watched those when it was way past my time, but like my nephew was into them at the time. I was probably in middle school when those two shows came out, but like so there's just around. I was like, hey, these aren't bad for what they are. I feel like they tell good stories, man. It's tough because that's a character that's so much baggage to him because people grew up with him, right? Like that was like my fucking dude. I remember like that 5-episode arc where like he showed up and was just like fucking the Power Rangers up, dude.
Dude,
I was like stressing about it at school. Like I'm like doing my multiplication test. I'm like, fuck, dude, like this Green Ranger, he's a menace.
Yo, man, when he was, that would have killed me because when he was like an evil fucker, he was powerful as shit, man. Yeah, dude, he was lying waste to them.
Yo, oh my god, that Dragon Zord.
Yeah, that's been done a million times since then, and I'm sure he wasn't the first to be like, I'm the evil version of the good guys, but it's like, man, for me, that was the first time I saw that.
Sure. No, you're right.
That was fucking like,
so,
like everybody knows those tones from the fucking Dragon Zord.
Yeah. He was I think what was really awesome was that you had this guy who could go toe to toe with any of them fuckers, any of the Rangers, and he was on the wrong side, and you're like, oh my god, and he looks like the good guys too. Oh shit,
And then like that was the thing with the Dragon Zord. Like when that came into play, it was like, oh, so you got the red Zord, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you got
the Dragon Zord. Bring all your boys.
Right, you got you got the Tyrannosaurus. Bring it on. This Dragon Zord is gonna kick your Tyrannosaurus ass. Yeah, they were
so good,
yeah.
Man. He's replaceable. Where it's like I wonder what they'll do if they do reboot. I mean,
they'll obviously keep that arc of some kind because it's so popular. I gotta imagine though they know how popular the Green Ranger story is. I mean, it's insane, but they'll redo it. They're gonna redo it probably, and it's gonna be different. There's gonna be have to be a new time.
He filmed a knockoff Power Rangers movie with Bat in the Sun before he died, and it's still gonna come out.
Oh, cool.
I heard that he had died. I didn't know if they did. I didn't know if they finished it though.
Yeah.
Wrath of the White Dragon or some
Hopefully
shit.
Yeah,
the family gets some
yeah.
money from that. That Bat and
Yeah.
the Son stuff. I mean, like some of the stuff that they put out, like I think is kind of silly, but I think like it's all done in earnest.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
Kevin Porter is the Batman, right?
I think so. I don't know.
I've heard him on a couple podcasts, and he seems just like a really good dude. It's like, they kind of always, like, even if some of their stuff I think is like a little silly. I think like they care about it, and they're doing it for the right reasons. They want to make good content for fans, basically. And
Well, sure. I mean, I just like that. I just like that it's a different. It just looks different. It looks cool. It's kind of different, something different to me. I don't know. I don't. He that Lord Draken shit is something that the comics did so much better than anything they do. But oh my god, it was
Studios that does those.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing a good job, dude.
Yeah, they're amazing, and
I love that shit.
They've got him like they brought back the Green Ranger, and everyone's like, who is it? It can't be Tommy. Is it Tommy? Oh my god! And he unmade out. He finally figured out who it is. See who it is. Like, oh, it's a whole different character than we thought it would be. not who we expected, So
good, man. For them.
They did a good job. It's fun. I've had the opportunity to read a lot of that stuff, and it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. But there's I don't know what they're doing. I heard that Hasbro had been toying around with doing animating the Power Rangers, and I didn't know if they were going to do that or not, or if anyone had heard.
I wonder what would be that have to be more expensive.
In live action, really?
I'm not sure because
live action was cheaper, just because.
But I mean, animation, especially if you do it computer animation, it is expensive as shit.
They're not going to be doing a dude in a suit anymore, right?
No, I don't think they are. That's what I think they were trying to get away from that, and they want to do some of that. And so part of the show, even if it's live action, will be animated anyway in some way. It'll be computer animation though, where it'll look real somewhat. But I mean, I heard they were toying around with doing a fully animated.
Yeah, fully. That's what I heard. Like,
that's what I heard too.
Some of the Boom Studio shit to do fully animated,
and I wasn't sure if they had made a decision on if they were going to go fully animated or if they were going to do live action and then only animate the Zord and monster battles.
I don't know what the cost. I don't know what the cost for either.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, I'm sure it's gotten cheaper over the years, probably, but then again, maybe not, because it's gotten better over the years. So who knows? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see for a couple of years. I'm sure we'll know, but because they're not going to not do anything with it. They're going to put something out. Yeah. Because basically, it's going to be like it used to be. They want to create the content to be a big commercial for their toys.
Yeah. And that I'll say, Power Rangers better than G.I. Joe, Transformers, anything does a good job of getting like kids into it.
Yeah.
Because like kids watch that shit. What's it called? Man, like eyes on like guys our age. I think Marvel, G.I. Joe certainly does. So it's like Power Rangers steadily brings in new fans.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Like they do it with multiple incarnations. Mm-hmm. Like they do that more successfully, I think, than any other franchise.
Yeah, they've been. Yeah, no, that's true.
The only other thing that I can think of that's like a science fiction franchise that like constantly it has like the same concept but changes the lead is like fucking Doctor Who.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like it's tough because I feel like people be like, well, Star Wars does, but it's like Power Rangers and Doctor Who have pretty much gone uninterrupted. So
right.
Power Rangers was in 93, I think. So 30 years of
but like if you go with like what was it like Super Sentai's been around since what, like the
The
70s?
70s, yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
been around for a long time.
That just ended a couple years ago, right?
I don't know. What's going on with that, or if they're still doing it. I don't know
Yeah.
why they would stop. I guess. I mean, it's like it seems to be a model that.
Well, if they ended, they may have ended Super Sentai. That might be why they had no choice but to change up how they do things.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
They, but I had heard it was also a choice that Hasbro wanted to make anyway. So maybe they found an excuse. That's what you say. So, but
kind of on a weird ass tangent, but like thinking about 70s Japanese fucking television properties. I missed out on grabbing that 70s Spider-Man, the fucking Japanese one, the Marvel Legends. I fucking forgot all about it.
That's weird because that's like a strange kind of blueprint to a lot of it's the Tokotatsu is what it's called. It's basically like live action comic book stuff, but it's like that was the blueprint of like dude morphs right into this form. He has a big giant robot that transforms or whatever. Like,
do y'all remember? And Sam, you wouldn't remember this probably, Sam, because this would definitely be before you were born.
Mm-hmm.
But they did these Spider-Man movies
in the 70s.
And I thought they did them. I think they did them in the early 80s too. Oh, where they were, and it was the dude. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say like I've seen them.
Have you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The guy that played Spider-Man, that played Peter Parker, played Spider-Man. I think that's the dude that voiced Bumblebee.
Oh, really?
I think it is. And in G1. I think it's the same guy that voiced Bumblebee in G1. Because I think he voiced other characters, animated characters too. But Bumblebee's the one I remember. For sure. And I think it was him.
Yeah, it was like when this was in 2001 when Spider-Man came out, like the first Tobey Maguire one. There was like the Disney and it was like Fox Family or something. They were just like put like Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends. They put like those old movies. They put like the animated series from the 90s, like all that shit. I was on all the time. And I just remember I was like, this is great. Like I fucking love it.
I was able to find. Goddamn, my mic is like give me such fits. I think I might have hit the wrong button on it, like to go off cardioid or whatever.
You sound okay to me.
Yeah. But I found the 80s Hulk because you can't get it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, right.
You have to get it on Amazon, and it's only like $15.
Oh, wow.
Totally worth it.
It was only one season. It was like 13 episodes. It's fucking glorious.
Yeah, no, I was I've seen that one too. Like I think it came on the same channel like when when that Eric Bana Hulk movie came out. Yeah. Cuz I feel like they would just dig shit out of like the bins, and be like, hey.
Yeah, it was. I remember watching them, and I was like, I remember when he would climb the building. It looked so cheesy. So I was like,
yeah, man.
But that was, and I was like, I don't know, man. That was like the earliest.
You know what I've never seen is the live action Hulk movies. Like from the 80s, like with fucking
like Thor and shit like that.
And Daredevil. And,
man.
You should do a watch along for those.
Like in the initial episodes, like of like just like the Black Mask and because I get one. No, that was before. That would have been before Frank Miller did his Daredevil stuff in like the probably mid 2000s.
Yeah, he
not like his Born Again stuff. Like
that was that. Those were made for. They were the made for TV movies. The Hulk movie, and Bill Bixby was still was in them because they were meant to be sequels to the old Hulk TV show, right? And there was one he did where he had the one guy comes to him and so he said he was an archaeologist or something like that, and he found Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
And Thor would take control of this guy's body. So he tried to tell Bruce Banner, he had the same, I'm having the same problem as you have. And he goes, it's not the same problem. You
funny.
have control a bit. I really have to be careful. I don't have control. So,
And then wasn't one of them the death of the Incredible Hulk?
yeah,
too?
one of them's the death of the Incredible. He actually falls from like a fucking helicopter, like 10,000 feet. Smash. And that's what kills him. Yeah, that's insane, dude. I called when I was a kid watching, I called bullshit on it. I was like, no, that wouldn't kill him. I remember pitching a bitch, and my mom was like, he fell. I'm like, that's the Hawk, Mom. They wouldn't kill the Hawk.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
was
thinking about doing? Because I am getting like these shelves finally set up and like to something that I want, and that I think I can transport from like one place to another. I'm thinking about doing like in the original Secret Wars, like they dropped a fucking mountain on the heroes and the Hulk held it up.
That's amazing, dude.
I'm thinking about doing that. I'm gonna
Fucking
go and
cool.
hunt. I'm gonna hunt down all of
Holy
those Marvel
shit.
legends, and that's gonna be
That's
one of the
so
diagrams.
Badass, dude. That is so badass. That just shows you right there how fucking cool Hulk is. Hulk's so fucking cool. I think sometimes we forget how badass he is, man. I think they've depowered the Hulk a lot in modern.
Dude. Oh.
Well, I guess maybe recently they've given, but like look at the movie for instance. In the movie they had Thanos beat the fuck out of him. I got so mad when I watched that, dude. I was like, you got to be like, I know Thanos is a badass, but I'm sorry, ain't no way Thanos does that to the Hulk. No chance he does that to the Hulk. And I'm just like, what are you doing? You know?
That's one of the things is it's like canonical in the comics that Thanos isn't afraid of anyone.
I understand that,
but he actively seeks out to do things to not come into contact with the Hulk.
which makes sense, right? I mean,
there's
that would
two
make
things
sense.
He doesn't like coming into contact with: Adam Warlock and the Hulk.
That totally, yep, that makes sense because they're two guys who can fuck him up. He doesn't, he knows he's not stupid. The one thing about Thanos is Thanos was always, even in the comic books, the old school Thanos, I found to be an intelligent guy.
Right?
Where he thought shit through. Even I know trying to impress Lady Death, whatever, but he still thought shit through. He wasn't, I don't know. Yeah, and to see him beat the fuck out of the Hulk in the live action movie drove me kind of nuts. But I had to like just try to ignore it and go on with the movie.
And like I refused, like after seeing the trailers, I was just like, I refused to go see Guardians in the fucking theaters.
The newest one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's I think you can watch it on Disney Plus. I just could not be fucking bothered, man.
It's good. It comes on next month, right?
Yeah, maybe. But if it was free tonight, I wouldn't watch it. Like I just don't. Just done. I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I want to see how bad they fuck up Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I don't think I ever read him that much. So it's like, I feel like if they did fuck him up, I wouldn't even know.
That could be something I could do for you guys. Is like a deep dive on Adam Warlock in the comics.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I mean, I know a little bit about him, but not a ton. I know it was. I thought it was cool at the end of Guardians. At the end of Guardians 2, they kind of did the whole. I was like, all right, I kind of I kind of was in. Adam Warlock was supposed to be like the motherfucker that was gonna.
The cocoon was there.
Yeah, right.
Come on, pop him out before fucking Infinity War.
Right.
Yeah,
I was hoping he'd be kick some ass, man. You know what?
Before the shit starts to suck.
That's funny.
Like I hate that I'm not motivated to go see any of the Marvel shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I think the newer stuff is tougher to get motivated to see. Some of the newest shit. I mean, I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but the third movie, it just didn't look that appealing to me. I don't know why. I just didn't. It's weird.
I think it just seems so directionless anymore.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe you could be right about that.
Every movie, and literally, I mean, from Iron Man 1 was building towards something.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 built towards the Avengers.
True.
The Avengers built towards Thanos, which culminated in Infinity War and then Endgame. And then since then, like, there hasn't.
It's rudderless.
It's rudderless.
Right.
It's the same thing they did. It's like they were open about with Star Wars. They didn't know where that sequel trilogy was going. And it's like, I don't know how on God's green earth that happens, but it seems like now they're in the same place. Like, we don't really know where it's going other than like the existence of multiverses. But now everyone's seen that shit so many times. Nobody fucking cares about that anymore.
Yeah.
Like the Flash comes out and does the same thing. And it's like, nobody fucking cares. And it's like Deadpool 3, I think, is going to do the same thing. And it's like, I left this like sarcastic comment on these things. I was like, we need a multiverse movie. Like, that's what people are saying. Really? They're going to, I don't know, man.
I heard the Nicolas Cage Superman was in the Flash movie, and I still
have you seen it?
I still couldn't. I still couldn't be fucked to go see it.
No, it's yeah. I mean, it's just so. A buddy of mine I work with, he's like into comic books and all this stuff, but he like loves the Flash, and he like tried to get me to go see that with him. I was like, dude, it's not worth me sacrificing a night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta pick shots. And I saw it later, and he was like, "Yeah, it was terrible. Like, it wasn't."
Like, I was low key pissed at Russ for like half an hour for making me watch that fucking Transformers movie.
Well, you know,
you know what? If I had to suffer, fuck that. Somebody else was too.
But it's like this kind of leads into it. Like, I was like, wanted to bring up just like the state of these movies anymore, and like of just like everything bombs. Like everything that like they think is gonna do well bombs. Like Flash, Indiana Jones, Blue Beetle's gonna fucking bomb.
Okay. But here's what's really funny. Things that I think are gonna bomb.
Batman's a fascist.
Okay, like the Barbie movie, it ends up being a fucking hit.
No, I knew that.
I did not. I thought that was gonna be a shit show movie, man.
I knew Barbie was gonna be good.
God,
Barbie and Greta Gerwig directed it, and she's a good director. She's done a lot of good stuff.
I so thought it was gonna
do really well. Oppenheimer was incredible. Fucking 10 out of 10, man.
I just thought no way, you know.
You'd love it, Nick. You would like it, man. But then it's like Transformers. I don't know if that did well money wise or box office wise, but it's like all of it just seems so uninspired, and it's like, are people just tired of superhero movies? But then like Matt Reeves' Batman did pretty well. I'm
excited for boys.
Yeah, and then like Across the Spider-Verse did really well. I'm about to see this Ninja Turtles movie next weekend with my boys.
I want to see that shit too, man.
Yeah, is this the animated one y'all talking about?
Yeah.
I told Anna that I thought the animation is wild looking. It looks like paper mache.
Dude, I love it.
Look at that voice cast, Russ.
Yeah. I didn't even notice the voice cast. It's really good.
They got some.
I'll have to check it out.
You can find on YouTube, Russ, like official release. It's like there's something there, man. But that's the same team that's behind those Spider-Man movies. So it's like,
just like kind of to like go back to the first point of like what you were talking about, like the disappointment in like these genre movies.
Yeah.
Like, I think a perfect fucking thing, like to bring it all back, is the fucking Halloween trilogy that just came out.
Okay. Yeah, because that's like not something I thought about.
Those first two movies in that trilogy were good. They were good Halloween movies. Halloween and Halloween Kills.
Right.
Very good Halloween movies. Halloween Kills left off on a great point, like to have Michael Myers take off in a completely new direction, like that was credible, and they could have moved the franchise forward.
And they said, no thanks, never mind.
Then you come to Halloween Kills. And what do they do to Michael Myers? They beat Michael Myers half to death and fucking basically neuter him. And give him like his own like serial killer buddy that basically abuses him.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Like Halloween Ends is like people talk about like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, how Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is like something that did damage to the franchise, and some people say the same thing about like Halloween 6.
I only saw the first Rob Zombie one. I never saw the second one, but
the second one's an interesting art film.
Okay. I like Rob Zombie. Like I watch it. I like Rob Zombie.
But like this one, like holy shit, how could anybody that has the license for Michael Myers allow this to happen to that character?
Yeah.
Like,
that's pretty bad.
We've been spoiling shit all night, and this movie came out over a year ago.
Yeah.
The fucking end of this movie, they put Michael Myers in like a fucking auto fucking wood chipper bullshit thing. Like one of those things that you put in the cube of fucking car.
Right.
In a junkyard. They throw Michael Myers in one of those.
That's kind of funny.
It's just like
it's kind of it's not the ending I would expect from Michael Myers. But if it is an ending, because Michael Myers has a way of coming back over just like the rest of them. So
yeah, but like that's the thing is like it feels like all these genre things, whether it's in a trilogy of movies or like an arc, like it feels like the buildups are great, okay, but for whatever reason, the fucking climax is just shit.
What is that? What is that? Is it because
I don't know, man.
We all have an idea of what we want from this thing,
and it could be
anybody, or is it because maybe it's because of the buildup? And I'm trying to think of something that's like did well or that's kind of like universally praised. And then it's like how do you work backwards from that? Like I feel like there's
I think you might be onto something with that. With our own expectations, they're not meeting our expectations at all.
Like something for that, like that I think of straight away when you say that is the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah,
you have that. Okay, Dark Knight Begins is a classic Batman movie, probably the best Bruce Wayne origin on screen.
I think, hands down, no doubt, no competition even for me.
Then you move on to The Dark Knight, which is
the best Batman movie to me. Period.
Has an Oscar award-winning performance.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go on to Rises, and Rises is a good movie.
It's a good movie, yeah.
But I don't. It doesn't rise up to 1 and 2.
Right.
I don't think it's better than. I think it's number 3 in the. For me, it's Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Rises, and then Rises is like a longer way off in the first film. And I love that trilogy. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of things.
And then, like, you look at the Godfather
Needlessly-
trilogy, and it's the same thing.
Same thing, man. It's funny because David Goyer wrote,
The original Star Wars trilogy,
yeah,
2, 1, 3,
yeah, like David Goyer.
for most people, anyway.
He did, yeah, he did The Dark Knight, and then he did Rises. He did Man of Steel, and like
Yeah.
I feel like his writing got more convoluted as he went on, like needlessly convoluted.
Yeah.
Dark Knight was like, especially for Christopher Nolan, is like one of his most straightforward films. Like it kind of starts at A and ends at Z, where it's like none of his films do that, right? Like Batman Begins doesn't do that. I guess Rises does, but then like Rises is like missing letters from the alphabet, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it gets like needlessly complex, and I think Man of Steel, David Goyer wrote that too, and I think it suffers from a lot of the same things. It's kind of be like needlessly complex, and yeah, it sucks. Kind of fumbled the bag on that one.
Yeah.
And I'm still so worried about everything that's going to be coming out of DC.
Oh my god! So
the casting for the Superman movie has me scared.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about them releasing The Flash and releasing Aquaman 2 and releasing Blue Beetle, and James Gunn having to go out and be like, "Oh, this is good. These movies are great. Flash is the best superhero movie. This and that. Blue Beetle's the first movie in the DCEU when it's not." And having to say all this shit, and it's like they should have just took a loss on all these movies.
I don't think so. I don't think you can take a loss on all of them. And I think that it says something that they felt so badly about Batgirl that they took a loss on it.
I know, man. They get, I mean, it's a tax write-off ultimately, right? Like they get but it's like if and let's talk about audience sake.
Yeah.
Because I think that generally people know the difference between Marvel and DC. When you have Shazam 2, Shazam 2, Black Adam, Flash, Blue Beetle, all four of those movies weren't good. All four of those movies bombed. What's going to get you to go see Superman Legacy? Like if it's so, I feel like there has to be like a long time break between those things. Like you have to kind of get people hungry again.
Yeah, the hucksterism of it isn't going to allow them to have like the clean break that they need.
Right, like because they're going to want to just be continuous.
They have to promo what they already have in the gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Aquaman 2, like when you have like stories about people walking out of test screenings because it's so boring. Like, oh my god, dude, come on. And they're in the middle of like their third round of reshoots, and it's like I get it. Every movie does reshoots. I don't panic when I hear that, but when you're doing your third round of them and it's to fix all this shit and patch everything.
Like Aquaman 2 just seems cursed because of the whole Amber Heard thing. That's one thing.
I know, and it's like
then like you have the lead of your movie saying he wants to play another character in your franchise.
Yeah, because James Gunn, I'm sure, was like, dude, play Lobo, and I don't know what we're gonna do about Aquaman, but in the Flash movie, he was like, so you're Aquaman in all the different dimensions, which like would explain him. I don't know. It's just a fucking mess, man. A mess of like really good characters, like that people like.
Yeah.
And that's what's frustrating, man.
Yeah, it's kind of aggravating when you're like the same problems too. You're not solving them, same problems.
But like, for all of this shit we're talking about these movies, and rightfully so, I feel like they got it right on that Superman and Lois show, like that third season.
Yeah, man. I the one
that fucking Lex Luthor and what they did for Doomsday.
For a network TV show, man. I've never watched any of that, but I've seen like clips, and like I like that dude as Superman. I feel like he does a good job.
The Lex Luthor they got is fucking amazing. And the thing,
Yeah, I know the actor. He was on. I forget his name. He was on Band of Brothers, like, which doesn't say much because everybody was at a certain point. Like, that was the Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones, or it's like everybody was on this show. But
That's crazy, man.
all right, we sound like we're losing steam, and it's 15 past 11 already.
Oh, shit, yeah, it is.
So let's go ahead and
I'll wrap it up.
yeah, go ahead
All
and
right.
wrap it up. And EE's about to throw out a hangout link in just a second, anyways.
Cool.
All right, I enjoyed talking to you fellas this week. Hopefully, everybody's available next week. All right, as we say every week, peace, love, and hair grease. We're out.
Adios, people.
Love y'all. Bye.
Later.
Yes, end the broadcast.